See, upper bracket final, excuse me. The winner of this game will make it through to the next stage here, nice and quick with 2 victories in a row. The loser will drop down. Historically, between these two, the encounters are actually very even. As you can see, around 50%. The times they faced off against each other, but FoCuS's stats against Undead are very respectable. If you just look at those names, I'd say normally you would assume 1-0 to have an edge here. Oh, what is this? Huh. But FoCuS has been looking super strong recently. He is in shape. Absolutely. Just last Shook Cup. FoCuS made it into the final without too much problems. And there in the final met Hawk and destroyed him. Destroyed him so bad it wasn't even funny. Not too long before that, FoCuS played against Lucifer in a best of 5 as well. What was that game? Was that like a show match or something? I think it was a show match. And destroyed Lucifer as well. The sides were wrong. There we go. Now the overlay's right. So I think FoCuS is in much stronger shape now, currently, than he has been in quite a while. And 1-0, no, by no means is he looking bad, but he's not looking like the unbeatable 1-0. So I think this should be a more even match than many might assume.
A player's forces are
DK,
under attack.
Fiend opening. So fast DK, late Fiend is what that means. And does he do it perfectly? Nope. Alright, the first creep a little messed up here by 1-0. Taking a lot more damage here, creeping this more slowly than he would have ideally liked, but whatever. Tech comes in from FoCuS, 1 borrowed tech with a shop. 1-0, teching without a narrow tower. Is slightly greedy, but not really. He's got a replacement Acolyte anyways, if one of them should die. Ring for him against the Blade Master's Claws of Attack. That's a nice start. The cloak not gonna be too valuable until it's the new patch. On the new patch, cloak is getting a lot stronger.
A player's forces are under attack.
I like the base layout here. Graveyard a little in front, no problem. And then perhaps he can even put down the slaughterhouse here. Then it's well protected. Looking good so far. Both players just trading experience, getting towards level 2. DK with the ring and the slippers. Not the best inventory. The Blade Master almost level 2. Didn't die on the skeleton. Slows that down. One of Lightning Shield. Might find some use on tier 2. Rarely does though. Some Orc players have started going more aggressively on tier 2 again. Cash showed this at the Legendary Cup, but FoCuS is usually... Well, I say that. He used to not do that too much, but against... Oh, the Lightning Shield creep here! I love that, actually! Yeah, I forgot about the potential of using that for creeping as well, of course. Against Lucifer, that's exactly what he did. FoCuS, being aggressive on tier 2, finding kills, getting the lead, and then winning the game. Taking this camp away from the opponent always is so nice, because whatever second hero is chosen loves to go for this camp for level 2 immediately. It's also kind of easy to creep, and it's a big consumable. Now comes the scout from 1-0 to try to prevent this, but he was too late. Very good creep route by FoCuS, and one grunt just keeping tabs, saying, okay, you're doing this. If the DK goes for a big camp, a risky one, the Blade Master's gonna swoop in and harass. But if it's just tiny ones like these, it's like oftentimes not even worth it. Blade Master just took bigger camps, got better items. Very nice early game by FoCuS. Not a massive lead, he's not like 1 level and 2 items ahead, but it's a bit of a lead. You know, he got the bigger, he got better camp stolen away. He's got this still, well, the scraps of this still remaining, but he's got this still remaining, which is more important. And he's got that great healing, which is always going to be very valuable. Muka, I'm sorry, I think I forgot to mention you earlier on. I apologize. Thank you very much for the €5 once again. And FoCuS, the master of the item sniping creeping. using the next charge of one lightning shield. I actually love this usage. I think this should be the new usage for lightning shield. Not for fights. In fights it's really unreliable, but for creeping, it's a really nice burst damage amplification. I like it a lot. Level 3 now for the blade. It was unfortunate to find only the belt of giant strength. Nothing in the marketplace for him. DK is continuing to creep as well. More tankiness for him with a parry up of vitality. And basically level 3. Is it enough? Oh! Needs one more. Is the blade gonna steal the skeletons here? That would be sick. Ah, not quite. Damn. Could have kept him on level 2 almost there for a little bit longer. And here's the Shadow Hunter. And as I said, second heroes love to take this creep camp first. It's really safe on your side of the map. It's level 2 right away. And that consumable. Still no Lich? Oh no, Lich is already out. Okay. 2 Fiend tech by 120 is a little greedy. But it suits the meta. Which is very slow at the moment in China. Very passive. More so than in Europe, I guess. Using a lot of mana here to secure the last hits. Replenishment running. Did he buy the replenishment? Does he have Nova first? Oh my god, he went Nova first? Why? Has to pop the mana stone so the Lich doesn't die. With Frost Armor, of course, he could have easily survived. Did he go Nova first just for the Warlord?
Are under attack.
I guess he did. This camp is such a nightmare to creep, by the way, for Undead with the 2 Null Wardens purging the skeletons over and over. Especially if you don't have Frost Armor. This looks like not too well considered creep route by 120 if you ask me. Blade Master still around, still slowing everything down. 120 knows he's here. Only one Windwalk left, but he could perhaps get the big boy. Ah, secures it with a Nova once again. Alright, so in the end he's still gonna get level 2, he's gonna get the Frost Armor, but I feel like he was forced to consume that that Mana Stone. Because of that Nova first. SH almost level 3, got the boots, which is very nice for a TC. I think even for a Blade it's underrated in the late game. But Blade is always gonna be slot starved, as we know. Level 2 Lich. Level 3 Shadow. Both players have what they need. A double heal potion. This is so good. This is so good. Makes Hero Nuke basically impossible. Dark Ranger 3rd. I can only assume we have a TC coming. Yep. This is completely standard. Tier 3 rush with a TC. 1 bestiary only. Into most likely Headhunters and Kodos later. And if it goes very late, possibly even... Really? Possibly even Walkers is what I wanted to say. No Banshee House yet for 120. FoCuS creeping pretty passively. I say this because yes, he's getting a red camp, but he's going into a corner where he knows there's nothing left anymore. This camp's gone. This camp's gone. This camp's gone. This camp's basically gone. So he's going there for one camp, and then he's going to have to walk all the way across to get anything else. This looks like he's afraid of a fight. Because he knows it's very likely that 120 is going to clean up the top left. So he goes down here intentionally, maybe? I don't know. Legion Doomhorn is certainly very nice, though. Did FoCuS lose some units that I didn't see, by the way? He's only got 3 Grunts and a Raider still. Okay, here comes a Kodo and a Berserker. 120 finding Helm of Valor. For the Dark Ranger, it's pretty nice. And the next Laboratory Creep as well. It's going to be level 4 for the DK. Dark Ranger is always already level 2, Lich already level 3. Levels 120 are looking really good here, actually. I'm going to have the first big fight. Silence. Oh. Going for the Destroyer Morph. Silence on the TC. The Kodo Beast getting healed, but not good enough to save it. Kodo Beast will still get taken out with all this damage from the Destroyers. There's quite a big power spike here for the Undead, but only as long as the Destroyers do have the mana. And the mana is gonna be gone now, basically. Is there still enough anti-air there? though for FoCuS. Not looking like it really. He's only got a single Berserker. This timing is hitting like a truck right now. FoCuS doesn't seem to have been ready for this. The heroes are okay against it. But the TC... Oh, he still doesn't have Stomp! I didn't even realize. Neither did 120. He went for the silent on the TC when he doesn't even have a Stomp to use. Blaze almost level 4. That's good, but where's the level 2 TC? Over here. Shop coming up already, getting ready for the expansion, possibly. But Destroyers are not so strong anymore. Don't even really have to deal with them, perhaps. Blade Master dropping lower, but he has the potions going for the heal pot first. Heal Wave will be ready after. Blade still getting focused, and now has to go for the Invul. That's 2 big consumables used in quick succession. Heal Wave coming in after, and we have quite a bit of standing ground army here for FoCuS that is still looking decently. Shadowhunter, Clarity running. Clarity cancelled though quickly with those Destroyers. Devouring some more mana, and now the ground army is left behind as the heroes have abandoned it for FoCuS, and 120 can chase him down pretty easily. Nice save on the Raider, but he's gonna lose plenty of units that weren't as fast to make it away. The Coda would be a big one that he really doesn't want to lose. With Coil Nova, that one's dead for certain, but he may not even have to go for the Coil Nova. There is Death Pact, by the way, so the DK is also safe against hero FoCuS potential. Attempts, rather. And now, the expansion is coming up for the Undead. Halfway done. And seems to be coming through as well, as FoCuS is busy reacting down here, defending. But he's down by 10 supply now. The shop's gonna help him. For mana potion for the Shadowhunter especially. Blade Master still dropping lower. Heal potion. The next one has to be used. You guys see how many potions he has to use? And how few kills he's getting for it. Usually I'm a big hater of the Destroyer push, but this one is turning out pretty well. Coil towards the Fiend. Scroll speed is over. Blade Master, he can't get away! The Nova finishes off the first hero, and that's the GG. And I was trying to hype this up, being like, oh guys, you better realize it's gonna be closer than you expect. But that wasn't so close. That was pretty one-sided in the end. I'd love to have a replay of that fight. What went wrong? One thing that was a big problem was TC being level 1 only. Like, when the map is completely crept, and it was, you should have a level 2 TC. I think it had to do with the weird late game creep route that FoCuS chose there. Going for the bottom right corner red camp. Not even getting level 2 from it. But the 2 Destroyers, man, they owned that fight really hard. Along with the hero levels, though. It was level 4 DK, level 3 Lich, level 2 Dark Ranger. So hero levels were really good. And then, yeah, just that little power spike with the Destroyers. Sliced through that army. Oh, that's right. Soon I'm not going to be able to call it Banshee House anymore. I call it Banshee House because Necros were completely useless and we never saw them. But now it's going to change, probably. Nick the Hero with the 3 euros. Thank you very much. What did Foggy eat for breakfast today? Moon. Oh! Did Foggy beat him? No, no way. Just started a moment ago, right? Alright, let's see. Do we have some results here? We do. Wait a minute. Life is leading... Oh, no. Life won his game 2-1 against Fly. Chimiko is leading 1-0 against Fast. Lucifer wins his game 2-1 against Linguagua. And we are having our second game 1-0 today with a 3-0 score. Looking very impressive. Looking... Yeah, these games are more one-sided so far than I thought they were going to be. Hopefully, FoCuS can put up a better fight now. Mostar, thank you very much for the 29 months. Wow. 29 months already. And also, Plunchku, thank you very much for the 3 months. FoCuS Concealed hill. What do you guys think that means? I think that means Farseer. Farseer, Windrider, AI abuse, kill the Overlord and so on. He showed that previously, was a couple of months ago, looked very, very strong. That's how he defeated 1-0 at WGL, right? I'm pretty sure. Not doing it though. Not going Farseer. Blade Master it is, okay. On 1-0 side, Ted Fiends once again. Scouting Acolyte slaying the critters. Ruthless. He's blocking the critter. He's trying to send him in some direction. That's kind of interesting. Huh. Wait, is this something new I don't know? Not really. I guess he wanted him to go south, so he's closer to the creeps. Get the skeletons, kill this camp, get the claws. After that you can even go for a new Rod of Necromancy. Blade Master starting off with his own claws attempt. Love how the end snare works out perfectly. Flies, hits, runs still in range. It's kind of cool. Gloves for him, and he takes out the entirety of the camp. Gonna get him close to level 2. DK creeping this with ghouls, actually. Alright. Speeding this up. Really not necessary, though. Can do this with just skeletons. 4 ghoul opening this time around. Okay. So he has this ghouls available, so you may as well go for a little bit of creeping with them, I guess. And here comes the tech for FoCuS. It's a little faster. Not by too much, though. Circlet.
Forces are under attack.
Is he gonna creep this? No, right? No. Going to the Limb Ripper. Spider Crab. Hoping for the Tome of Experience here, but even without that it will be level 2. DK creeping a very predictable creep route. The first 2 small camps outside the main for the level 2. And I think it was Tome of Agility. When it looks like this. I'm not sure, but I think it was. Back to old Blade Master standards, I guess. Very slow early game once again. This is what we have to expect in this matchup nowadays. Not too much happening until tier 3 rolls around, and then everything comes to fruition. And it's time for the fireworks. With the 4 ghouls, we oftentimes see an early shade. Also, Dreadlord coming in, and that Destroyer push. Which I still am not a big fan of. I feel like if it doesn't do critical damage, it can lose you the game. In the last game, in the fight, did the Blade Master have the Orb of Lightning, by the way? I think he didn't, right? I'm not sure on that, though. I might be wrong. Steve O'Matt, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. Go, FoCuS, go, he says.
A player's forces are under attack.
Skeleton scouting here, keeping the Blade Master honest. Not allowing him to take too big of a risky camp. Like, for example, this one or whatever. Was still enough for level 3, though. How did he get so much experience? He didn't get a tome. I don't know. Somehow. The Grunt Scouting is really good. Once again, FoCuS finds the opponent. This wasn't easy to predict that DK was going to be up here. And the Blade is really strong right now. Level 3, full mana. If the DK is like below 400, you can easily force a TP. Oh, he's going to try to force it anyways. Full mana level 3 Blade Master. Is that enough though? He was considering as well. Do I really get this TP? Probably not. You don't want to use that much mana. You want to have it still available for tier 2. But this is looking pretty good for FoCuS. He's level 3 already. The Shadowhunter is coming out. Shadowhunter can solo creep now with the grunts, and the Blade Master can keep up the pressure with the Windwalk over and over. I like FoCuS's position, but I did say that earlier already. Oh, he's trying for the Overlord. Okay. FoCuS, the master of this. I have seen this fail so many times recently. He's going to try to block him in behind the tavern. Wait. Where are the grunts? What? Ah, yeah. That's what I meant. The AI abuse. Pull him out, hex him, start attacking him, and suddenly he walks away.
Are under attack.
Why are the grunts in the main? What? Oh my god. He's actually creeping him in the main. The grunts were here on purpose. How sick. He's doing it with a burrow. Wait. So, once normal units start attacking him, he walks back? Is that how it works?
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade Master's still over here harassing. Would love to get this Ogre Magi. But he's revealed. Not gonna happen with a coil. 1-0 secures the kill. Of course, the Ancient Django is really good right now, but with the TC coming in later, it's gonna be redundant. At least he can go stomp now first. I never saw the Ogre Lord up here. Usually I see him over here being surrounded or whatever.
A player's forces are under attack.
That was interesting. But yeah, I mean, he could have just started attacking with the grunts over here, if he wanted to, or here, or whatever. Does he really start walking back once grunts attack him? What kind of weird interaction is that? Sentry ward nicely placed. Sees the blade, DK from the main, brings in the orb. Securing more last hits with the coil, Lich now almost level 2. Shadowhunter close to level 3, once again finding the boots.
Player's forces are under
and Destroyer again. Oh, there's a shade here, as we can see. No Dreadlord though, seems to be a Dark Ranger again. Blade Master flirting around with the idea. Oh, he gets it! Does he get out as well though? He could be surrounded and killed. Oh, the Zeppelin, I like it. Goes for the Zeppelin. Respecting 1-0's potential for surrounds. Should go for an invul here, and he does. Sells the boots and the Ancient Django. TC should be bringing the orb from the main. Yep, he does. Here is the Dark Ranger. FoCuS trying to reach around. This is a narrow position, though, that meleeons have a tough time to get into, but it's a Creepjack. The creeps are helping him out here. 1-0. He's still going to take this fight. Looks like the answer is yes. FoCuS wants to wait for his TC second. Once again with the aura first. I'm not so sure about this choice. No stomp to fear here. The Dark Ranger still going for the silence. Again, not realizing that it was the aura first. Should have gone for the silence on the SH instead. But the grunts is quickly falling. TP out from 1-0, really? He still had 2 coils left. That surprises me. He got 2 grunts and a raider, losing only the ghoul for it. I think it was. Or did he lose more? But as he backs up, he's close to more creep camps. The natural will certainly be his. And the fountain after, perhaps, as well. DK rebuying the TP immediately. That's pretty expensive. Item for FoCuS. The robe. That's nice. This TC needs experience, though. Would you please solo creep this TC?
A player's forces are under attack.
Also, he didn't even use scroll speed in that fight. And yes, there was a destroyer, but it's still worth it. Like, if a destroyer uses the dispel and gets rid of half of the scroll speed, on the other half, it's still good to have. AoE from the destroyer is not that big. Item stolen. Creep stolen, I guess. Experience. But it's about the Red Drake. TC still no stomp. FoCuS is considering how he wants to approach this fight. Going in with the Hex for the statue right away. That is of course the best target to go for. DK gets the item. That is the Bell of Giant Strength. The statue is going to be taken out rather quickly. TC once again silence. Can't use stomp though anyway. Still only level 1. The Berserker is going for the Destroyer, but the Blade Master not helping out, so no purge on the Destroyer. So micro towards the back. Kodo Beast, that will be the biggest kill to get. The Fiend is still in the stomach, but the Nova is not ready. The Lich doesn't have the mana for it, but one more kill onto Raiders. Almost level up here for the Lich. Blade Master taking out Fiend after Fiend in the back line, and actually for FoCuS is looking pretty good. Getting kill after kill, and now with this solo speed, even saving this Kodo Beast. Trying to go for the Lich now next with a Hex and the next solo speed coming in. He wants to get the second hero. Surround, not so easy without a stomp. TC is still not level 2. But that fight definitely goes to FoCuS. Once again, oh, a normal expansion coming up here. Does 120 have the read? Well, he has the shade, so he's going to see it. He's going to get the cancel. Most likely. And finally level 2 for the TC. And you see what I meant about Destroyers? Like, if you don't have 2 with mana right away, and you don't overwhelm your opponent immediately, they feel so bad. They're like so all in. That's what they feel like to me. Level 2 TC, finally. Greater invul as well from this camp. Or was it greater healing? I don't know, one of the two. Anyways, much more survivability for the heroes. It's going to be very welcome. 120 gets off the cancel, plants down the sentry as well, but now has to back it up, I suppose. Is he transitioning? No. Not going Banshees. That's a big no-no from me. Tiny Great Hall time. FoCuS feels he's far enough ahead to afford this risk. 600 gold is a lot, but he won that last fight, so he's confident. FoCuS coming in here for the Creepjack. 120 will have to TP out of this. Blade basically level 4. Alright, 120 is lining up an all-in. We're gonna have many Destroyers in the air. 4. It's not even that many.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, question is, will he have enough headhunters surviving or not? Level 4 Blade Master, Destroyers being morphed. It's morphing time, boys! Starting off with the Kodo Beast, saving the Nova here still. Nova now coming in a little bit late. First Destroyer dead already. Of course, with the Dark Arrow, you can snowball on those Berserkers pretty quickly. Long range call coming in, saving the Fiend actually. Dark Ranger in the middle of everything, taking quite a bit of damage. The Grunt almost closes off that surround, but she will get away just barely. Has to use the coil on her, of course. And the Destroyers are kind of gone. There's one Destroyer left, but there's easily enough piercing damage still remaining to deal with that one. TK hits the level 4. But out of mana now for the most part. The Lich, level 3, doesn't have any more mana himself anymore to use. The Skeletons are the one thing keeping 120 in this fight. Mana Potion as well on the Death Knight. I didn't see that one. That changes a lot actually. With the Dark Ranger right clicks coming in over and over. Perhaps 120 can turn this fight around. The Shadow Hunter doesn't have too much mana anymore either. No heal wave at the moment. He's going to have one again soon. No, level 3 for the Dark Ranger. That's a really big one for the bigger Skeleton, as we can see him now on level 2 coming out. Blade Master, more Windwalk still to use. Definitely gonna get this statue. Potions also still looking good. Stomp coming in, preventing the coil onto the one Fiend. Coil to Destroyer instead. TC dropping lower still, but has potions still plenty to use. These potions coming in so handy for FoCuS has to use it though! The TC had 2 potions! Didn't use a single one. Misclick perhaps, I don't know, but that was certainly unnecessary. Level 2 hero falls, but still FoCuS is in a great position. 13 supply ahead. But this is starting to become high level undead heroes. Another mana potion for the DK means another coil. Kill with a coil easily if he wants to. Blade comes back in. Mana for the Lich especially is super low. And the Dark Ranger out of mana means not infinite skeletons either. Blade Master has some pretty good damage here with his level 4. Getting rid of the Frost Armor with the Purges without too much trouble. Last Heat Wave coming in for the Shadow Hunter for a long time. One more coil coming in as well, but the Purge on the Lich But new Frost Armor coming, Invul Potion transferred, used, I mean, on both heroes. 1-0 is microing as best as he can, but he has very few units here. Blade Master into Windwalk, he's not really in danger, there's no Nova, there's not even a coil. 1-0 completely out of mana. Has to manually micro the statue here to provide healing and mana both. And he's doing that pretty well. Kodo Beast once again would be a big find for him. He's gonna get that one. Way too slow to make it away. Another skeleton from this. FoCuS though. Still an upkeep at 56. TC's back. And he had a lot of gold there just a moment ago. Double mana pot on the Shadowhunter. Okay, that's where the money went. 400 gold right there. 1-0. Needs to keep up the pressure. This expansion cannot allow to keep running. But there's a tower here. Plenty of peons to supply as well. Can he do it? 1-0. Down by what? 20? Not quite. More than 15 though. FoCuS trying to go for the counterattack. He's got 3 raiders, so that's not too bad. Doesn't even have a TP though. Okay, he's trying to force 1-0 back. But 1-0 could just be able to kill this Town Hall now, maybe. Got quite a bit of normal damage over here. But he's TPing home. Fairly early, I would say. Coil Nova. On a Raider, maybe? No. FoCuS wants to take this fight in the undead main. First Fiend getting healed there. Silence on the TC. Very nicely timed. Can't go for the Stomp just yet. Level 3 though now for the Torrent Chieftain, and the Silence is wearing off here slowly but surely. The Lich doesn't have an Invul anymore. He's surrounded. Invul transferred from the Dark Ranger. Will have to pop it in a moment. Dodges the Stomp with that one. Very well done. But it seems to be numbers overwhelming at this point as FoCuS is finding kill after kill. Invul used there on the Blade Master as well, though this could be a little bit dangerous now for him following up after this. The Shadowhunter has still plenty of mana left to use with those potions, of course, and yeah. One Fiend after the next getting killed off. FoCuS not prioritizing the hero kill too much until now, where he finds the DK in the surround. He's trying to fight his way out, but it's not gonna happen. Death Knight falls, and that's the GG. And the 1-1. Live or die by the destroyers seems to be 1-0's motto late game in this matchup. I still wholeheartedly disagree with this. I think Banshees are almost always the better thing to go for. Not against walkers, of course, but against everything else. And they're reliable. You don't have to smash your opponent with a big morph timing and take the game from there. 2 Banshees in any undead army, when there's no dispel, are insanely good. That's so cheap. You have to go Temple, 2 Banshees. That's like less than 450 gold to change the entire scope of a late game fight. I have been preaching this gospel for many months now. Many of you will know. Big fan of the Banshee. Not a big fan of the Destroyers at all. And I think that's why I lost, honestly. I think that's why I lost. I think if you just... This was an okay position, absolutely, in that game. If he just goes Banshees, I think he has much better chances of winning that one. Perhaps that's oversimplifying things, but not too much happened in that game. Like, it was, as always, kind of a creep fest until tier 3. And then there came the first fight at the fountain on the left-hand side. That one basically went in 1-0's favor. Not by too much, but it went in his favor slightly. So he wasn't behind or whatever. Next time I'm in China, I think I'm going to try to communicate to him. Dude, Banshees are really good. And then he's gonna probably say, no, you're wrong. I know better than you. And then I'm gonna be like, yeah, in most cases, you certainly do, but I think here you're wrong. Alright. Second game around. We're gonna have a bit of a different opening. One to 0 is starting off with Fast Fiends late DK, which is pretty unusual in China nowadays. Usually it's always Fast Hero late Fiends. Map dependent, this can make a lot of sense. I especially feel Last Refuge is horrible for DK creeping. But here it's kind of okay. You can creep this camp first. You can even go for Remo special creep route. Creep this camp first. Oh, but that's a little risky. But no, it's a Fiend opening. Could this be Lich Fiends? Lich Fiend Tower Rush, man? I haven't seen that in forever. Would be a cool curveball. Like, if you don't know how to play against that, it can be just an easy victory. What was the way that Orcs needed to play against Lich Tower Rush? Prioritize scrolls of speed heavily, of course. I think just focus on the Lich, right? Just Blade Master, Grunt, chase the Lich down with scroll of speed. But I was never an Orc player. Well, I dabble in Orcs slightly, but I'm not actually an Orc player. So, could this be the Lich? Extremely unlikely. No. Death Knight it is. Ziggurats are stronger, as you guys may know. In 1.30 they got stronger, but we still never see Lich Tower Rush. Never. Which I'm not too sad about. Any kind of Tower Rush is kind of boring. It's an all-in, obviously. That decides the game rather quickly. Without too much back and forth. Blade Master taking out the entire camp. Alright, I saw this, we're gonna kill one of the trappers, right? Only one? There's this one creep route that Orcs can do. No. That lines up perfectly with a level 2. I forget what it's like. Alright, if he kills this one plus a single Ogre Magi, that's gonna be level 2 for him.
Are under attack.
Did he try to surround something with the ghoul? What? Oh my god. It actually is a Tower Rush. What? And FoCuS sees it immediately. What the hell? It actually is a Tower Rush. But not with a Lich. Getting this Acolyte would be a big deal. He tried to block him. Oh, he's gonna get him! Oh my god. GG? Question mark? Okay. Okay. But aren't you just gonna run out of coils and then everything dies? There's no dust on this DK, so the Blade Master can be very reckless with his HP. Alright. 2 coils used, 1 coil left. Or maybe even 3 coils used. He finds the next Acolyte. It's almost level 2. 1 more Acolyte for the level up. I really like the grunt usage once again. Keeping tabs on the army. Oh, this is already so delayed. The Shadow Hunter is almost coming already. Oh my god, he's gonna get him as well. Oh, that would have almost been the disaster. But it's already a disaster. DK doesn't have coils anymore. You can just, yeah, kill the... This is just over. It's just over, man. Acolyte dead again. No new Acolyte. Is there a tech? No. 1 to 0. What are you doing? Why are you playing this cheese, man? Could have just played the standard. Yeah. And now you can just pop the scroll and kill these 2 fiends. Oh, there we go. It's a little scary. But he's a brave man. Wow, this game is so over. The Shadow Hunter's out already, basically. Had to go for double healing potion here. Oh, almost around the Blade Master. FoCuS still showing respect to his opponent. Not going for the cancel there. Not getting the cancel in the end. Didn't he have 3 grunts, by the way? Oh yeah, there's one.
Forces are under attack.
With Hex now, it's so easy to find kills. Like, you can... Hex? Hello. What? He went heal wave first. That's not the right choice. That doesn't matter. Even Serpent Wars would have been good enough here. DK dead! Dead! Oh, he actually gets away. Panic, panic, panic. Seems like he's actually getting away. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Okay, DK died. Right when I look away, he dies. Are you serious? And now we have a Raider as well. Both Fiends super hurt. Yep. That's a wrap, boys. I guess 120 really expected him to go creeping somewhere else. Like maybe kill off this guy, heal, shop or whatever, or natural. Yeah, GG. Well. 2-1 for FoCuS, I guess.